And many thanks for joining us on the news at 10 on NTA News24. We are broadcasting live from Abuja. I am Chinenye Nwoye. First, let's bring you the headlines. Minister of Information addresses global audience in London, reaffirms that recent reforms are repositioning Nigeria for innovation and private sector growth. Lagos leads Nigeria's drive towards a $1 trillion economy with expanding industrial hubs and free trade zones. And health experts urge increased funding as Nigeria expands immunization program with new vaccines. Many thanks for joining us. The federal government is implementing reforms that are already repositioning Nigeria as a hub for innovation, private sector growth, and international confidence. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, stated this at the Renewed Hope Global Dialogue in London. Frama Pine reports.
The event, with the theme Strengthening Global Partnerships for Economic Renewal and National Rebranding under the Renewed Hope administration, brought together leaders, investors and experts to discuss collaborative pathways for Nigeria's economic growth and global reputation, aligning with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The federal government's intention is focused on economic reform, attracting investment and improving national perception. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris highlighted the impact of President Tinubu's administration on Nigerians. Idris said the federal government has evolved the ease of doing business to attract foreign direct investment, as well as making Nigeria the investors' hub on the continent of Africa. With the country out of the grey list, the world is seeing Nigeria as an emerging economy and investors' destination. In Abuja, Frama Pani, NTA News.
Lagos, Nigeria's economic nerve center, is taking the lead in the country's march towards a $1 trillion economy. Anchored by expanding industrial hubs and thriving free trade zones, the state is driving job creation and producing goods that power both local and international markets. Awal Yusuf Jibo reports.
At the forefront of this drive towards a $1 trillion economy is the Lagos Free Trade Zone, which has attracted about $2.5 billion in investment to date. In the first half of 2024, its customs command generated over 41 billion naira in revenue for the Federation, a significant increase from the same period in 2023.
If you're in that zone, you have what you call a lot of tax concessions. And of course, the area itself has a lot of facilities, nearness to ports, lately and very soon an airport will also be nearby. And of course, nearness to markets. Lagos is one of the largest markets in sub-Saharan Africa.
The Lekki Free Trade Zone is still a project, it's an ongoing project. It's a project in making. Don't forget, the Dangote refinery and petrochemical industries is part of the project of the Lekki Free Trade Zone. And we all know, the kind of a contributing effect the petroleum industry has in the petroleum sector of this country.
Outside these industrial enclaves, many factories across Lagos still battle high production costs, unreliable power supply, and logistics bottlenecks, factors that raise the cost of doing business. Meanwhile, the inflationary impact of subsidy removal and exchange rate reforms has also put pressure on manufacturers.
Build the underpinning enablers, the infrastructure, the communication systems, the power supply, and support it with education and healthcare for the people of Nigeria. We believe the economy will be galvanized with a lot of people finding active opportunities for employment or even creation of businesses that will drive the growth of Nigeria far beyond the $1 trillion mark that President Tinubu has proposed.
Despite these headwinds, economists say Lagos remains the engine room of Nigeria's diversification effort, where bold policy meets industrial momentum. The state's expanding industrial base, if sustained, could determine how quickly the country turns its $1 trillion dream into reality. In In Lagos, Awol Yusuf Jibo, NTA News.
In a nation where cancer too often arrives quietly, the Medicaid Cancer Foundation is giving it a human face, promoting early detection, strengthening support for patients, and celebrating those who refuse to give up. Juliana Nicholas captured this moment and is here presented.
Abuja's morning air stirs with energy as Walk Away Cancer 2025 comes alive. Survivors, friends, and families march side by side, a colorful wave of courage and compassion. From Mona Lisa Park, their steps create a rhythm of strength and unity, a reminder that no one fights alone and every walk begins with hope.
Collectively, we will play our role to ensure that there's no room for cancer in Nigeria.
Every one of us can contribute to making somebody else's life better.
Cancer is not a death sentence in a sense that if it's detected on time, once you can monitor your body system, once you're not feeling fine with your body, just go and run a test.
The government should look into the cause, because let's assume that I was opportunity to see one or two persons that supported me, but not all the time. The little money I saved, up to now I've not recovered.
Walk Away Cancer is an 11-year-old program that was initiated by Medicaid Cancer Foundation to create awareness and call for better policies for cancer patients. We need to have better health care, a system that will pick all these people up and care for them.
As the walk ends, the finish line becomes a symbol of triumph for those still fighting and for those who have won. Their message, a call for a cancer-free Nigeria and a world where hope never walks alone.
Voting ended Saturday in Ivory Coast for a new president, with incumbent Alassane Ouattara expected to win a fourth term against the divided opposition, further hobbled by the bearing of two leading candidates. One senior opposition figure has already dismissed the vote as electoral robbery, and turnout was low in parts of the country's south and west, where the opposition is popular. Ouattara, 83, has wielded power in the world's top cocoa producer since 2011, when the country began reasserting itself as the West African economic powerhouse. Nearly 9 million Ivorians were eligible to vote in the polls, which closed at 6 p.m., choosing between 5 contenders. And joining us via Zoom on the news this morning is Mr. Paul Ejime, an international affairs analyst. Good morning, Mr. Paul Ejime, and many thanks for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you for having me. Good morning and happy Sunday.
Thank you so much. What would you say are the key dynamics shaping the election in Ivory Coast, and how do they differ from previous polls in the country?
Well, not much has changed. I think the surprise will be if the opposition wins, because like you said, opposition is divided, and then you have a veteran politician, Alassane Ouattara, who has been there since 2011, after the contested and bloody 2010 election that led Côte d'Ivoire to a civil war that killed more than 3,000 people. So now he changed the constitution in 2016 and now says he's running for 2 terms instead of, actually it is a 4th term that he's running. And at 83, you wonder what he can still offer. So there have been some developments, one can concede it in terms of infrastructure and all that. But the point is that it is not a dynasty. It is not a monopoly. You have to give others a chance to know whether they will outperform Ouattara. It's a situation of tense situation. There have been arrests, protests were banned, opposition, main opposition people were, not allowed to run. Laurent Gbagbo and then Chan, one of the, one who was galvanizing the youth, was not allowed to run because they said he has a dual nationality. So it is déjà vu, the French will call it. The more things change, the more they remain the same.
What, given Ivory Coast's influence in West Africa, what implications could the outcome of this election have for political stability and the ECOWAS region?
I would say under Ouattara here, it's been a bad example, because it was that change of constitution in 2016 that has encouraged other leaders like Alpha Conare of Guinea, and so on and so forth. You find the same thing in Togo, everywhere. So people are trying to change them. But meanwhile, ECOWAS text, legal text, is against unconstitutional change of government. But these civilians, this is what they have perfected, changing the constitution, rigging election, and then that has brought in military coups. You know, that is not an excuse for military coup, but because if you make a peaceful change impossible, then violent change will follow. So it's not a good example, and you know, that will be his legacy when and if he leaves office.
From Nigeria's standpoint now, how important is a stable and democratic Ivory Coast to the broader goals of regional integration and economic cooperation in West Africa?
I think Nigeria, as the giant of the region, should, you know, show example in democracy or good governance. You know, ensuring that these elections are run. Now we have a new chairman of the Electoral Commission. You know that elections do not command so much trust in Nigerians. Nigerians rather, you see a party all over the place, and people they are no longer having trust or confidence in government institutions, be they the electoral umpire, the legislature, or even government officials. So Nigeria should show example so that others will follow. And that is what is lacking. Some people think that Nigeria is not has not stepped up to the plate. And I think it's not late to do that. It has done that before in the past, even under military rule, even fighting for liberation of Africa. So it can. God has entrusted Nigeria with that leadership role. It should not fail the Nigerians, it should not fail Africans, it should not fail in the international community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul Ejime, for sharing your thoughts with us on the news.
Thank you for having me. God bless you.
You too, sir. You are still on to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There'll be more reports when we return. This day.
The Forum of Former Deputy Governors of Nigeria, FFDGN, announces our 4th National Conference, holding as follows. Date, Tuesday 28th to Wednesday 29th October 2025. Time, 9 a.m. daily. Venue, Ladikwali Conference Center, Abuja Continental Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. Theme, boosting Nigeria's productive capacity for national growth and self-reliance. The role of leadership, industry, and innovation in policy implementation. Under the chairmanship of His Excellency, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON, and His Excellency, Senator Aliyu Wamako, CON. Special features include the 3rd edition of Nation Builders Awards. Announces His Excellency Chris Akomas, PhD, FNIM, National Chairman. His Excellency Mokhtar Shehu Shagari, Deputy National Chairman, North. His Excellency Barrister Hazim Bolarumi, Deputy National Chairman, South. Attendance is strictly by invitation.
FFDGN, United we stand.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
Tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality, and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products.
100% natural tomato. Better food now.
Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Feel the precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African road.
Many thanks for staying on. Legal practitioners were in Abuja for the Legacy Dialogue 2.0 organized by the Johnny Agim SAN Foundation. The forum themed Institutionalization of Mentorship in the Legal Profession, a strategic blueprint for professional development, was designed to improve professionalism in the legal field. Suleiman Abdul Wahab reports.
In the society, and invariably mentors in the society.
The event highlighted the crucial role of mentorship in shaping the future of the legal profession. Lawyers, senior advocates, and young professionals gathered to share insights, collaboration, and professional excellence.
Knowledge of law is very important, so your mentoring, please. Yes, digital procedures, processes, okay. Poor knowledge of law, the person is out.
It is what you inculcate in your juniors in chambers that they will take out. Eventually, it is them that might come to the bench, go to the magistracy, or even proceed to the Court of Appeal and ultimately the Supreme Court.
Panel discussions and keynotes allowed experienced lawyers to share wisdom, while younger lawyers highlighted challenges, strategies for mentorship, and bridging experience.
Well, mentorship is the basis and the very foundation for the persistent passage of knowledge from one generation to the other. However, in the process of this, particularly in the legal profession, to maintain the moral integrity, the sanctity of the legal profession, the distillation of that experiential knowledge over the course of time needs a cascading deliverance to the younger generation.
The way is that if you do not mentor people, it's most likely that whatever profession needs is not going to last. At the time, the lacuna will be there.
From the junior lawyer perspective, it is that, oh, this boss is too garrulous, he is too demeaning and all that. Whereas the senior, if you ask them, they say, oh, the junior seem to be in a hurry. It is always like that.
The Legacy Dialogue 2.0 concluded with reaffirmation of the legal community's commitments to mentorship and professional development. Attendees left with actionable insights and renewed possibility to uphold ethical standards while guiding the next generation. In Abuja, Suleiman Tobu Abdul Wahab, NTA News.
The Executive Governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to infrastructure development and rural transformation across the state, assuring the people of Takataide community in Mopamuro local government area of immediate intervention on the Takataide-Amuru-Ayede-Amuru Road. Governor Ododo gave the assurance during the 2025 Takataide Day celebration, where he was represented by the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Comrade Joel Salifu Oyibo. The governor described Takataide as a land rich in culture, human resources, and heritage, commending the community for its unity and commitment to self-help development initiatives. The governor expressed appreciation to the community for producing the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kinsley Femi Fanwu, who he described as a committed, visionary, and loyal son of Kogi State. He further directed the Kogi State Road Maintenance Agency, Kogroma, to immediately make the road motorable through grading and filling of critical portions with laterite as a temporary measure. Climate change and land degradation are some of the environmental concerns with direct impact on the crop production, demanding urgent attention in Kogi State. In an effort towards preferring lasting solution to these challenges, the Climate and Sustainable Development Network has trained 200 women, youths and farmers on smart agriculture in Njema community in Ampa local government area of Kogi State. Ayodele Ibibemi, who was there, reports.
The people of Njema community in Ampa local government area of Kogi State are predominantly farmers. With the discovery of coal mining in the area, many people have abandoned their farms for coal business. This informed the training of the people on the team addressing land degradation and climate change through sustainable smart agriculture in coal mining communities. The training is organized by Climate and Sustainable Development Network, supported by JEF, Small Grant Program, and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP Nigeria. The National Network Coordinator, Stephen Abu, and other facilitators, while highlighting on the importance of the training, say the focus is to address climate change, land degradation, food insecurity, and other related issues.
To see how we can actually restore this degraded land and restore the former culture of farming in the land.
And what we have come to do is to help them think outside the box, think beyond coal mining as the only means of livelihood, trying to demonstrate to them how they can be able to use waste materials, compost, and even the healthy soil to be able to grow food.
They urge participants on the need to embrace climate-smart agriculture and aquaculture for a sustainable livelihood. Participants commend Climate and Sustainable Development Network for the timely and life-transforming training.
It is obvious that after this program, a lot of good things is going to happen.
I've learned that there is life in agriculture, that through agriculture, I can be able to produce so many things.
The project is expected to empower the people on alternative means of livelihood by building about 20 fish ponds, stocked with over 10,000 fish as a trial, a plan to enable participants attain sustainable increase in agricultural production with income of coal mining activities in the area. The team, led by the National Network Coordinator, had earlier visited the palace of Onu Njema.
We lay hand on something that my people can do to sustain them.
Ayodele Ibibemi, NTA News.
The life and institutional reforms of former Chief Executive Officer, Public Service Institute of Nigeria between 2017 and 2025, late Dr. Abdul Ganiyu Obatoyimbo, has been described as that of an accomplished and unblemished records with commitment to ethics and civil service norms. This was at a 40-day Fidal prayer organized by the family at the Ansaruddin Central Mosque, Mitama, Abuja. Tope Alabi reports.
Weeks since Dr. Abdul Ganiyu Salau Obatoyimbo breathed his last on 6th September 2025. This fidao is to beseech Allah for the repose of his soul. The Ansaruddin family, led by the chief missionary in Abuja, Professor Musa Olaufe, joined family members, kinsmen, friends, colleagues, and associates to conduct the spiritual exercise as he described death as an inevitable end for every mortal.
Well, we should just take it easy, because any position you find yourself, just believe it's temporal, it's not permanent. He was a very loyal friend, absolutely committed, very patriotic Nigerian, and he's a selfless giver.
And not just that he was good, he was an exceptional public servant, humble, hardworking, full of ideas, and very dynamic.
For me, we have lost a genuine Nigerian. I pray for forgiveness for him throughout, and God bless the family he's leaving behind.
For the family members, the passing of Dr. Obatoyimbo was painful, but his legacies live with cherished memories.
When my daddy passed, he became my father immediately, and he played that role till the end.
He meant everything to me. He was my trusted companion, and he was my pillar.
He believes so much in Allah that having to touch people's life is what his existence is all about.
His family was everything to him, and he did his utmost best to put us in the right path.
He was not just my dad, he was also my friend. So just being able to, go to meet him, talk about things.
I've never seen him get angry, even on situation where you would expect someone to just get angry.
I'm able to be under his tutelage, taught us integrity, taught us hard work, consistency.
Born 29 September 1957 in Iyamuyi, Ijumu, local government area in present Kogi State, Abdul Ghani Salau Obatoyimbo attended St. Barnabas Primary School, Ilorin, and Abdulaziz Atta Memorial College, Okene, in 1975, and later studied sociology at the University of Ibadan, amongst other advanced institutions of learning, where he finished with distinctions and left behind family and other relatives. In Abuja, Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye.
Eat potential, neither can you bank potential.
For you to be able to enter into niche market or export your products to other countries, you need to acquire some international certification.
Nigeria produces more than 370,000 metric tons of shea.
The ambition is to double Nigerians' non-oil export figures.
The demand for the African staple food generally